Happy Easter. Sunday, about 10 in the morning, April 17th, 2022. No, I don't have a special kind of coffee this morning, but I wanted to remind you about a way to make a latte that's particularly nice. Now, I'm not going to froth the milk because this particular milk that I have doesn't froth. So, this is what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pour some milk into my mug here. This is Lindisfarne mead. My daughter got this for me when she was in England several years ago, and apparently Lindisfarne is one of those places where the road to it is sometimes submerged because when the tide is high, it covers up the road. And I think there have been some mystery stories that have been set there. Ooh, rainbows are coming. Because, you know, when the tide comes in, it also makes places in the surrounding sand that are sort of like quicksand, you know. And if you get off the road, you can sink in and get sucked down. Golly. Anyhow, oh, let me pop this in the microwave because, hang on. I'm going to make espresso, and I need to have, you know, I've probably got maybe, 3 or 4 ounces of milk in that cup. And the espresso, of course, is only 1.35 ounces, so it's not going to be enough to heat up that milk. Oh, you know, I have talked about what is the temperature of the espresso coming out. So I'm going to see if maybe I can measure it as it's coming out. Let me get my mug. Do you know, once I was in New Zealand, when I was visiting my daughter when she lived there, and there we were on the South Island on the West Coast where the mountains are right by the beach. I mean, all kinds of streams of water come down the mountains and then go out into the ocean. Well, in some places, those streams of water are coming with a little bit of speed to them, and they kind of churn up the sand. And we were walking along the beach, and there was a place that was a little bit too wide for me to jump over. So I had to step in it. Oh my gosh, I stepped in immediately. My legs started sinking in, and it wasn't stopping. You know, it wasn't like when you're at the beach and you stand right where the waves have washed up and the sand is loose. And, you know, you sink a little and then you're on firm ground. No, I kept going down. It was only a little bit at a time, but I just panicked. And I called my daughter, and she came over and grabbed my hand, you know, and helped me out. I don't know how far down I would have gotten, but that was one of the scariest things that ever happened to me. So, Lindisfarne, this is in another part of the world. This is in Great Britain, but there are places, from what I understand, that you could sink in all the way. Ooh. Anyhow, so, alrighty. This morning I'm going to use one of my samples. I've been using these samples that I get when I order coffee. This is Cape Town and Vivo Lungo. What does it say? A dark roast, full-body coffee, blend of distinctive Indian, Arabica, and Robusta. Roasted with punchy bitter notes and rich scents of aromatic wood. I don't know, but it tastes good when you put it in milk. So I have my heated milk, and technically what I'm going to make is called a café reverso, because usually, you know, you make your coffee and then you pour the milk in over it. But this way, as the crema from the espresso is forming, it also sort of bubbles up that milk and makes it creamier. Oh, it's so delicious. So that's why, you know, I can have it and enjoy it even when I can't froth my milk. Okay, so now, see if I can coordinate all this. There's the capsule. Okay, let me kind of, I'm gonna, all right. Okay, I need to push this back a little because this mug is too big to fit under, so I'm gonna have to stand it here so that I can have the espresso run onto this thermometer. This is getting complicated. We'll see if I can manage. Oh, and my water heater's turned off now. It has an automatic turn off after, I don't know, maybe it's 9 minutes, something like that. Okay, it's ready. All right, so we'll see how this works. Okay, so this went up to 168 degrees. It's possible, it's probably a little hotter than that, but it was hard to, I don't know how much of this needs to be submerged in the liquid. Anyhow, but here we go. So let me just, it's hard to look down. Well, yeah, let me turn this around. Okay, so there's not just the crema from the coffee, but it's also mixed with the milk. And the fact is that when you drink it, there's an extra creaminess, even with this 30-calorie almond milk that I'm drinking, which is very low fat. There's a creaminess to it that I do not experience if I put the milk in afterwards. So if you don't have a milk frother, don't despair. Make a café reverso, where you put the milk in first, then you run your espresso into it, and it'll be pretty yummy. So Easter morning, happy Easter to those of you who celebrate. Easter is a sign of hope. That's something we could all use, huh?